If it's easy on your back, scoot a little bit forward on your chair. And we're going to pause here with breath. And if it feels safe and comfortable for you, perhaps closing the eyes or making a soft focus with the eyes, either one. As we settle in with our breath. And we begin to notice where the breath wants to travel in our lungs, torso, chest, belly first. Wherever it is, just allow yourself to recognize my breath is traveling this far. And then see what it's like if we intentionally begin to deepen the breath. How far down the torso can we feel that breath? And then maybe noticing the breath is coming all the way down into the low belly, like the belly button. And as we breathe, we notice the rise and the fall of our chest. We might also notice that the shoulders lift ever so slightly on the inhale. And the next time we inhale, noticing that the spine might be feeling like it lengthens just a wee bit on each inhale. So we notice with each inhale, there's a lifting, and with each exhale, there's a releasing. So the next inhale, let's lengthen as tall as we can, press into the sits bones, press into the feet, lift the heart. And on the exhale, sink ever so gently back down into the pelvis, and everything softens. So when we inhale again, notice there might be a little rock forward. And on the exhale, maybe we notice there's a little rock backwards. We inhale coming forward and lifting, and we exhale and relax back. So we're rolling on our sits bones now. We're rolling forward on the inhale, lengthening the low back, and on the exhale, we release, and our shoulders maybe come forward just a little bit. So we're organically finding our way into the cow and the cat. To deepen this, on the next inhale, bring the hands up, press to the top of the thighs down. We're going to pause here. The chin lifts slightly, the head does not drop back, it's a chin. And we're pressing down with the hands. Let the shoulder blades come toward each other. Breathing in and out here. And then slowly, 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 rocking backwards on the sits bones, we're coming into that cat arch. Slide the hands out, cup the knees. Breathe here. Let the space between the shoulder blades feel very wide. So maybe the tops of the shoulders, the caps, come toward each other. They roll in a little bit to even broaden that space between the shoulder blades even more. Chin drops toward the heart. We're going to inhale ourselves up, and we're going to take our left hand to the outside of the right leg. We lift our heart here by pressing into the left foot. So press into the left foot and notice how that lifts the heart, and it makes it easier for the right shoulder to toggle back. We take a twist, breathe here. On the inhale, we're going to come back to center. And now we're going to twist to the left. So the right hand comes across. We press into the right foot. That lifts the heart and allows that left shoulder to fall back just a little bit more. We're taking a twist. On the next inhale, we come back to center. So when we walk, the right shoulder and the left knee come forward, and then it's the left shoulder or the right shoulder, left knee, left shoulder, right knee. We have this cross body thing. So when we're twisting, when we're going in the right to the right, if we press into the foot, the shoulder's coming forward, that's dropping the other shoulder back. So when we're on the floor, we do this practice where the hands come behind the head. So interlace the hands behind the head, not on the neck. And we're going to lift the right foot and draw that left elbow toward the right knee. So and now we switch sides. So while this is ostensibly a sit-up, we're also really lengthening the back body and we're twisting in the rib cage. So we're looking for the action in the waist and above to activate the twist. If we're using our neck's not going to be happy. We're going back and forth here. And one more time on each side. And then we release. We're going to come to standing and we'll do a few sit stands. So maybe one foot comes forward, one foot is back, rock forward, head comes up last. And now we're standing. Hands come to heart center. We're going to pretend like we're sitting down in the chair, and then we'll come back to standing. We're going to do this quickly. On the exhale, sit down. Inhale, stand. Sit back on the exhale. Stand on the inhale. You control how deep this goes to protect your knees. If you have cranky knees, don't go too far. We're warming up everything. And then we pause. So today we're going to do some work with the shoulders. We started this last week, and one of the things I heard was my shoulders are kind of bugging me. So we're going to do a few things to help make shoulders happy. Don't you like that idea? So we're going to begin by drawing that left shoulder forward and back. So notice when we draw it forward, the opposite shoulder slides back. We'll do a few of these. Let the knees be soft. And then we're going to come to the other shoulder. Bring it forward and back. Notice how the pelvis is moving here, right? There's a little rocking in the pelvis. It's not just the upper body. Now let's go left, right. We're dancing. Left, right, left, right. Now let's add the legs. So when we're bringing the left shoulder forward, that right knee is going to bend. Lift the heel off the floor. Come back to center now. We're bringing the right shoulder forward, bend the left knee. I'm lifting my heel on the left side. Come back to center. Now we're dancing even more because we're going back and forth. This is the walking pattern. So we're going to bring that to a pause. And one of the things that happens when people age, and none of this isn't happening to any of us because we're beyond age, but people become homolateral. So they're, when the right foot goes forward, the right shoulder goes forward. And when you're out and about, look around because you'll see people walking like that. And that kind of walking is really hard on the body. So we warm up for our walk by bringing the opposite shoulder and the knee forward. This is us warming up to take a walk, helping our shoulders get ready for that nice rotation, that cross body rotation. We've been talking a lot about this, especially if you're in any of the floor classes. Then we're going to pause. Bounce just a little bit. And now we're going to reach the top shelf. So we're taking our feet a little bit wide. So if we remember the cross body thing, if we raise our arm and if your shoulder's bugging you, only go as high as your arm wants to go. But if we're reaching and we're only, so here's my left hand reaching, my left foot, I'm pressing into my left foot, but I'm not really using the opposite side of my body. Sometimes we forget that the helper for the left side is actually the right side. So if we reach, extend the opposite arm, come on up on the ball mound of the foot, you might notice there's a longer reach there. Come back down. Let's take it to the other side. So we're bringing our arm up and we're reaching. This is as high as my arm goes when I've got my left foot planted. Now I'm going to extend that left arm and I'm going to come up onto the ball mound of the foot as I reach. And notice, I'm noticing my hand goes out of screen. If I'm not using that opposite foot, see how my hand stays visible in the screen, my upper hand? Reach again, pressing into the opposite foot, lift the heel. We're reaching for the top shelf. So how many times have we gone to reach for something and it doesn't feel good or we can't quite get it because we forgot to recruit the rest of the body? So let's go back and forth here. We're recruiting the opposite side. The other thing that's happening as we do this, it's not just the shoulders, but the spine is lengthening, the rib cage is happier, the cross body connections are stronger, which is going to make walking easier. And then we're going to pause and just notice. Feel your way into the side body, the back body, maybe notice the feet. And now we're going to touch our toes. So we did some full body work. So let's lengthen the torso now. So I'm going to invite you to, don't strain to get to the toes, don't bend the knees, just come forward and pause at the point where your body says that's far enough. So for some people, it may be to the knees. So now we're going to explore how connecting the whole body can help us. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift the legs, lift the kneecap, lengthen through the torso. Breathe here, draw the belly up and in. Next exhale, slowly float toward the floor. Did you travel any further? I sure did. We're going to come back up. Release for a moment. We're going to do that again. So bringing the arms forward, we're engaging our back. We've lifted our sits bones. We've lifted the knees up into the thighs. The hamstrings are engaged. Our back is nice and long as we come to the floor or toward the floor. Come back up. Release the hands. Did you notice anything? Did the fact that we engaged the whole body in a stretch first made the return to the floor a wee bit or dramatically easier? So let's do a little flow now. We're going to begin this flow. I will be turning sideways, but we're going to be using cactus arms here. So we're going to go from warrior 1 to warrior 2, peaceful warrior, side angle pose. So I'm going to turn sideways on the mat for this to be visible. I've got the cactus arms. I'm going to step forward with my right foot. I'm taking my left foot back and I'm turning the toes out, the heel in just a little bit. And I'm going to come into warrior 1. I'm bending the front knee. My arms are at cactus. Press into the back edge of the back foot as we turn toward the left side. Come back to center. Turn to the right side. Come back to center. Then we're going to open the heart and open the arms. We come to warrior 2. Release that front back hand and the front hand comes up. Then we come to side angle. That forearm or the hand rests on the thigh. The arm comes above the head. Then we're going to come back into warrior 2. Cactus arms, back to warrior 1. Step up. Pause for a moment. Now step the right foot back. The left foot is in the front. This is a 90-degree angle on the back foot. I'm turning it to about a 75 or 45-degree angle. I'm going to square my hips a little bit toward the front. I'm going to bend my front knee and my arms come to cactus. I'm going to open first to the right side. I'm going to breathe in and revolve to the left, not too far. The twist is pretty quickly felt. Back to center, warrior 2, peaceful warrior. Side angle pose. Warrior 2. Back to warrior 1. Straighten the front leg, pivot on the feet. Bring the hands to the top of the thighs, wag the tail, soft knees. Let's take this to the other side. Do it again. Bend the front knee, cactus arms. Rotate to open and then revolve back to warrior 2. Peaceful warrior. Side angle. Warrior 2. And warrior 1. Straighten the front knee, pivot on the feet. Let the hands come down. Wag the tail. And now let's turn. Make that back foot, make sure that back foot has an angle on it. Bend the front knee, cactus arms. Rotating forward, revolving this. Warrior 2. Peaceful warrior. Side angle. Warrior 2. Warrior 1. Release the hands, straighten the front knee, pivot on the feet. Hands are going to slide down the legs. Bend the knees if you need, or as needed. Let the head release down. If your head's up and looking around, see what you can do to let go so that the head can help release the low back, a little traction. Then we're going to bend the knees, bring the hands to rest on the thighs, pivot up with the torso coming into goddess, and now pivot, turn the feet out, pivot on the feet. So it's a little bit deeper. So we've done goddess off and on for the last couple months, and maybe you notice that you can drop a little deeper into this. Maybe not, but maybe you can. So we're going to come up to 5-pointed star where the toes turn forward. We're going to release the left hand to the left leg, strengthen and lift through the side body. Now remember, part of the magic here is activating the left foot to reach a little further into the right side body. So we're pressing into the left foot. The right foot is a little light on the mat, and there's a deeper stretch felt in the side body. Arm floats down. 5-pointed star. We're going to take this up, reach, and then take that. We're not crunching into the side body, we're lengthening in the left side body. So if we're going this way, let's press into the right foot to see if we can find a bigger stretch in the rib cage. Are you with me? Yeah. And then the arm floats down. We come back to 5-pointed star. Pivot on the feet, heels in, toes out. One more time at goddess. Bring the hands to heart center. Pulse a wee bit up and down. Breath. Coming back up, 5-pointed star. Now step or hop the feet together. Take the feet a little bit wide, maybe as wide as the pelvis, and let's walk again. We're bringing one shoulder forward. The opposite knee is coming up. As we come on the ball mound of the opposite foot, we're walking and we're noticing. Maybe this is a little easier on the body now. Maybe it makes more sense. And then we slowly release that. And now the feet go just a little bit wider. Soft knees. Let's just do a little seaweed. Let the feet, let the heels lift. We're coming on the ball mound on the opposite side. Let the head follow the body. And now we're going to let this sleep like a pendulum, slowing down, slowing down, slowing down. And then we come to a pause. Come back to mountain. And now won't you join me as we return to our seats for Shavasana. So as we settle in, just allow ourselves to find the breath here. If it feels right, the eyes can close. Today's reading is from the poem called Blessing by John O'Donohue. It's an excerpt. May the nourishment of the earth be yours. May the clarity of light be yours. May the fluency of the ocean be yours. May the protection of the ancestors be yours. And so may a slow wind work these words of love around you, an invisible cloak to mind your life. Blessing by John O'Donohue. We gently deepen our breath. Perhaps we open our eyes as we open our arms, and we're going to gather all the blessings. They already exist. And in appreciation and gratitude, we draw them into our hearts. And together we all say, Namaste.